folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Boyan Petresky. Today is January 9th, 2023. It is the first session of the year for me. Hope everybody had a good time for the holidays. And without much more further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We had some technical difficulties in the morning. Couldn't get the camera working, but now it looks like we're all good to go. Just confirming here across the board. It looks like we are all set. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our session here. Sorry, one more second. We're good to go. All righty, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we're going to do, of course, the disclaimer is there for your use and understanding that this is for educational and instructional purposes only. We'll be getting started with the 3D market commentary for today. This is what it would look like in your inbox Monday through Friday, every day of the week. Of course, we do broadcast these weekly, just to kind of give you an idea of what's going on, what we're expecting for this week, just to have an idea of what's going on in the markets, and of course, where things may be according to our auto UFOs and our auto climate. So those elements are those key elements are the ones that I'm talking about. So we first look at the market climate, whether we should be looking for long or short opportunities, buy and sell UFOs, or the unfilled orders that are responsible for the upcoming turning points, or as we utilize them for entries and for exits, and of course the market volatility. Combining these elements, we obtain an edge, an objective. We remain objective and realistic when we're trading, investing, or hedging. So let's go ahead and do the analysis on the first one here, which is the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is on the first confirmed daily climate out of typically 9. We see that also shown down here on the chart as well, auto climate. We see that it's the first confirmed up climate for the day out of typically 9 days that it goes up 4. On top of that, we do have a couple of additional pieces of information right on this chart as well. We have our nearest opposing UFO to that climate, right? Because it's a ruby UFO against a blue or a sapphire colored climate. That's 39.97 even to 41.80 even, where price is currently the closest to. And of course, down below, we have a tested UFO at 34.80 to 33.19. That's the buy UFO, where we expect there to be additional unfilled orders to the upside, and of course the red UFO, additional unfilled orders to the downside, meaning there's still short sellers up here and there's still buyers down here. According to the VIX, we're looking at 21.75% volatility, which it is elevated volatility. The daily expected move is at 53.85 points. The weekly is at 118.54, and the monthly is at 246.77. Historically speaking, January, the month of January typically tends to be a little bit to the downside. We'll see how it goes for this year, but obviously, as of the open, as of the 3rd, we're actually trading a little bit higher than where the year opened and where the year closed too from the last year as well. All right, now if you are looking to educate yourself, we do have all of the main asset classes available. We have multiple courses that we offer. Some of those are futures, stocks, forex, and crypto as the main asset courses. And of course, we also teach you how to use and properly establish methodologies for backtesting, trading plans, formation, and the trading psychology that has to endure it all. You can register here using this link here, or of course you can register down below at the link that just popped up. So tradewithufos.com/courses. All right. And last but definitely not least is with any of the courses, you do get free access to auto UFOs and auto climate. All righty. So next one on our list here is crude oil. crude oil, we have currently in a down climate, even though we have a nice pop from the open today. We have a confirmed down climate. It's the fourth one out of typically 6, so it's nearing the end. And as of right now, as you see, it's actually negative 0.02, so negative 0.2, which could state that this could be a change in the climate. So we're going to see how that ends up working out. Alrighty. Just want to make sure that everything is looking good here. Of course, we have a sell UFO right above at 84.06 to 88.68. The buy UFO is a little further down over there at the 60s, so 60.77 to 58.73. Based on the OVX, we're still in elevated volatility, 42.94%, 2 points for the day, 4.53 for the week, and 9.43 for the month. Crude oil has definitely fallen off from those ultra highs that happened during the Russian invasion, the initial step of it, I guess, the initial shock. Even though it's still not resolved, countries around the world have ramped up production, and obviously when supply increases, price tends to drop down. All right, that's that for crude oil. Now, if you need the Auto UFOs app, which is the software that we utilize, the proprietary and patented technology that we utilize to find unfilled orders to the up or to the downside, you can get them through this link here. We do have them available for TradingView, NinjaTrader, and MetaTrader as well. They do come with monthly or yearly memberships, and of course, you can also get them using this link right here, tradewithufos.com/apps. All right, next one on our list here is gold. Alrighty, so gold is currently in an up climate. It is confirmed. It's the 8th day that it's been going up for out of typically 6. Currently, the nearest opposing UFO of this climate is up here at 1962.7 to 2003. And the buy UFO is the origin of this initial move here, 1832.4, 1819.8, right there. So we do have a few more down below, of course, but the nearest 2 are the ones that we typically try to focus on. And of course, these are daily UFOs. So these are very, very powerful UFOs that give us kind of like a broad scope picture of the entire market, of the entire instrument that we're looking at. And these 2 are the ones that we need to be looking out for right now. Based on GVZ, we're looking at 16.44% volatility, 1944 for the day, 42.79 for the week, and 89.08 for the month. All right, now if you do need coaching or support, we have that available for you as well. We have daily live trading sessions that are compatible with all time zones. You can use this link here to sign up for one-on-one coaching that may help you avoid some bad habits that you may not know what you have. And this, whether it's your New Year resolution or whether you just want to improve on what you've been doing so far, and this is the year that you're going for it, this is definitely something that I would recommend to schedule a one-on-one session with any one of the instructors on our channel, just to get a glimpse, at least another person to look at what you're doing and to give you some idea of what to do, or perhaps to give you some feedback of maybe what you're doing, whether you're on the right track or whether there's something that you can improve on. So of course, you can, as I said, you can sign up using this link here, or you can go down here at tradewithufos.com/coaching. All right, next one on our list is the dollar index. The dollar is currently in a down climate. It is confirmed the first one out of typically 6. The dollar is definitely fallen off those highs up there as well. And it's currently touching onto the 103 area right there. We don't have any sell UFOs above 102.850 to 101.865 is the nearest UFO where price is currently kind of aiming at. Based on EVZ, we're looking at 9.56% volatility, 0.62 for the day, 137 for the week, and 286 for the month. So we may have some interesting news coming out soon that may actually end up kind of shuffling things a little bit about the dollar. So that's going to be interesting to watch. All right, now if you like reading books, obviously this is something that I think it's really such a small minimal commitment, but such huge massive benefits. So our book's been designated as the #1 release in 3 different categories. You can use this link here to buy it. It starts at $388, and this is the kicker: you get free access to a course and all the UFOs just by answering one question. All right, on page 7. I mean, this in itself is just unbelievable. Definitely check it out. You can use this link here. It'll take you to multiple brokers that sell the book. You can choose whichever one you prefer, whichever one is available in your country, and get access to it. And of course, our link tree is right here. linktr.ee. So linktree/tradewithufos. All right. Last but not least is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently up 2% as of right now. It's kind of shifted quite a bit to the upside here. Currently in an up climate for 3 days, even though this is the first confirmed day that we have. We do have sell UFOs right above here at 17,737 to 18,140. And we have a buy UFO that has formed a very tight UFO, 16,830 to 16,772.5. According to BVIN, we're looking at 71.19% volatility. Daily expected move is at 771, weekly is at 1,700, and monthly is at 3,500. Of course, these numbers are plus or minus. That doesn't mean to either one upside or downside. It just means that the range that it's expected to be is around that 3,500 for the week, like it says here, 35.36. This is for the week, not for the day. All right. Other than that, Bitcoin did fall off and kind of touch into those 15,000s basically over the holidays that we saw. Right now, it looks like it's consolidating around this 15, 16,000 area. 17,000 it is at right now. The first, I would say, bullish move of the year for Bitcoin. We'll see how things behave. All right. And of course, the weekly economic calendar. So we've had Bank of Japan governor speaking, Canadian governor speaking as well, and then Powell speaking today as well. And it's something interesting to always note as traders, investors, volatility traders always look out to the some of the exact words that some of these chairs say, and then they see a reaction in the market, and then they take their trades accordingly. I wouldn't say that's the most reliable way to trade this, but there's definitely always movement, especially if they're saying something out of the ordinary, or they could even just be, making a mistake in what they're reading. The market's going to interpret what it's going to interpret, and there's going to be movement there. All right. CPI in Australia, retail sales in Australia, CPI in China, trade balances in Australia, and then, of course, CPI in the U.S. We got food and energy. Excluded CPI for the month of December, year also December, and then the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. This is going to be an important one to watch, mainly because we're seeing an increase to it, but ultimately, if it does disappoint, that means that even the holidays in the U.S. disappointed, so that's going to be an interesting news to follow and see how the market reacts to it. All right, folks, that's that for me. If you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to send them over. You can go to tradewithufos.com/Boyan to type up your question. Or, of course, you can always email me at boyan@tradective.com. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, apologies for the late stream, but we got it out of the way in the first one for the year. So let's keep the ball rolling. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of the week. I will catch you next time. Take care.